This video is a continuation of Diary 6, so I'm labeling it 6.2. I made a quick link so we can log onto ComSec pretty quickly. While we're here, we might as well check on Telstra shares. Okay. We can see here that our Telstra shares gained $8.22, so it's going up because we bought it at $3.65 and it's currently trading at $3.72. Oh, what's interesting is that it's now showing shareholding summary chart. So we only have Telstra shares. That makes 100%. So let's go get some more from a different company. Let's look at quotes and research. Interesting that it's Saturday 31st of August and this is showing Friday 30th August in review, but I suppose because it's ASX and they've closed the market for Australia that it sticks with Friday the 30th. Now I want to go through companies and buy new shares from a company that would be giving us some dividends. So let's scroll down and have a look at what's upcoming dividends. So ex-dividend date is the last date that you should be buying shares if you would like to have some dividends paid out to you. Let's have a look at the upcoming dividends. Let's scroll down to something more recognizable. Origin Energy. So that's recognizable. Let's have a look at that. Currently trading at $7.63. Let's scroll down. Recommendations. Goldman Sachs says buy with a target price of $9.20. Morningstar Quantitative is telling us it's undervalued and the fair price should be $7.75. Snapshots. The ex-dividend date is 2nd of September. That's Monday. If we book, ensure that we get that price on Monday. We need to have a look at the market depth. We can see here that most are buying at $7.52. So let's do that. When you click on it, it automatically populates. ORG. Okay, $7.52. This is where the workbook comes in handy. So I'm populating this with Origin Energy details. Share cost that we want to buy is $7.52. We can edit this quantity. I've placed in there 60 at the moment and a calculation to see how much the total cost is. Eventually it will calculate for us the total sell and therefore the margin and percent gross margin. With the gross margin in percentage, we're aiming for 2 to 5%. We can play around with the number of shares that we want to purchase. At the moment it's 60, but when we change that, have a look, 62. You can see that the total value changes. We know we've got $1,000, so $986.29 is the total at the moment. We need to ensure that there is sufficient fund in order to sell. You can quickly see how useful this workbook is because it helps us forecast. So if we have a look, Goldman Sachs is saying to sell it at $9.20. Morningstar Quantitative is telling us it's undervalued and the fair value of their shares right now is $7.75. Now we can go into the workbook and place that sell value so that we can determine the gross margin. We can see here that $7.75 is not enough to make money. So it needs to be more before we sell these shares if we were to purchase at $7.52. But, and there is a caveat, I've not placed in there the dividends. So let's have a look at the dividends. Going back to Origin Energy details on ComSec, we can scroll down to have a look at dividends. We can see here that it's 100% franked, which is a good thing. It means they paid their tax and whatever it is they're telling us, 15 cents, that's what's going to be paid out. So we can go back and place that in the workbook. Under dividend, place in 15 cents. and suddenly things becomes interesting. Now we're in the positive. If it does reach that 775, which is its perceived real value, then despite the brokerage cost, we've gained $3.18. Now Goldman Sachs is saying to go about $9. So let's look at $8 instead. Ooh, look at that. That's a pretty good forecast. So let's go and buy some shares. Okay, market depth 752, quantity is, we know, 61. It calculates it 468. Let's have a look and make sure that we've got the same calculation. We do. So we can go ahead and proceed with that. Okay, again a confirmation, submit order. Okay, it looks like we haven't learned our lesson yet. Back to this initial purchase of a security must be a minimum of $500. So we haven't learned our lesson yet. Lesson here is, my assumption is, I thought the initial purchase they referred to is the initial shares of that one company, which is Telstra shares that we bought, with the minimum of 500, and anything further, despite it being a different company, would only need $100. But obviously I'm wrong. This is telling us that in each company the minimum purchase must be $500. Lesson learned again. Let's go back. We need to have this to be 500. I'm aiming for 510 because of the brokerage fee. So 66 is not enough. It needs to be 67. 67 shares, 513. Let's see if it will allow us, considering we don't have sufficient funds. We've only got $1,000 and it's currently showing total of cost $1,023.89. Let's just check if it actually works. 67 shares, $7.52 each, 503, so that's over the limit of 500, and $10 brokerage, 513. Let's have a look if it will work. Submit order. Oh, it does work. Great. It's interesting as well, if we have a look at here, it's telling us I have 7 more trades to go for free access in August. You placed 1 trade in August. Place 7 more trades and you'll receive free ComSec Iris access in August. Let's find out more. ComSec Iris Viewpoint. Optimize your trading experience with the ComSec Iris Viewpoint trading platform. It features real-time data streaming via any web browser and an extensive suite of trading tools. It also has a highly customizable interface, so you can create a desktop to suit your trading style. Should I subscribe? I'm not up to there yet because 7 more trades and it's the last day of August. So next, let's go back home. View watch list. Now this is a good one. So I've actually placed already Telstra under my watch list, number 1, and Origin, because, well, we've got shares in both Telstra and Origin. And I've placed in there Qantas because Qantas is currently my client and I like the company, so I've placed it under my watch list. We'll see. I mean, that's what watch lists are for, right? Anywho, back to what we're supposed to be doing. Let's have a look at managed orders. We can see there that the Origin shares, 67 shares that we bought, is placed. So let's follow that on Monday. Stay tuned. While I'm here, I might as well log selling the Telstra shares. This is where conditional orders are quite helpful, but for the interim, because we're not there yet, we won't be using conditional orders. Let's go back to home. Let's have a look at view watch list. Let's have a look at Telstra and sell. I have 137 Telstra shares, so let's put that in. I'm looking to sell it for $4. Again, the expiry date for the order itself is 30th of the 9th, so if it doesn't reach $4, then this particular order will expire. So that's fine. Settlement is through chess. Proceed. And we can submit. There you have it. So, if that Telstra shares hits $4, then looking at our workbook, we will gain 5.48%. That's pretty good, but we're not forecasting that. We're forecasting 390. We'll see. So now let's have a look at the goals of what we needed to do and see if we've done it. Goal number 1, diary entry in what's happened since last post. We've done that, so let's tick it. Project control workbook, explain. That's done. Last but not least, number 3, monitoring shares. Telstra ex-dividend date, I've explained that we missed that, so there's no point on looking for dividends. We purchased Origin shares, so that's done. Do I have anything else to cover? Not really. It's Saturday night and it's nearly 9 o'clock, so ciao.